Tonight,
we're cleaning up something that is quite simply a mess.
He and his administration speak as if they have resolved some great moral dilemma.
tensions rise as Barack Obama and Dick Cheney go head-to-head. Starts right now.
Well, it almost turned into the 2008 debate that everyone wanted to see, the former vice president against the new president, dueling over the best way to secure America against the continuing terrorist threat. And that is our headline this Thursday night, Cheney versus Obama. Now, the president stuck to his liberal talking points and defended his plan to empty Gitmo and move what's left of the 240 inmates here to the U.S. But even though he spoke under the guise of defending America, the president still couldn't help taking a shot at the Bush administration, saying they engaged in, quote, a misguided experiment that endangered America, and it didn't stop there. According to our count, the president took 28 shots or implied shots at his predecessor in this one single speech. And you wonder why we accuse Democrats of politicizing national security. Now, within minutes of the president concluding his speech, the former vice president came to the stage at the American Enterprise Institute and provided what amounted to a rebuttal. Mr. Cheney defended the Bush administration, and he said that they never tortured anyone and all but accused his Pennsylvania Avenue successor of, quote, recklessness cloaked in righteousness. Now, to get a real feel for how these two speeches contrasted with each other, you have to see them side by side.
My single most important responsibility as president is to keep the American people safe.
Watching a coordinated, devastating attack on our country from an underground bunker at the White House can affect how you view your responsibilities.
I ran for president promising transparency.
Whatever choices he makes concerning the defense of the country, those choices should not be based on slogans and campaign rhetoric.
Our government made a series of hasty decisions.
When he faults or mischaracterizes the national security decisions we made in the Bush years, he deserves an answer.
We uphold our most cherished values, not only because doing so is right, but because it strengthens our country and it keeps us safe.
When an entire population is targeted by a terror network, nothing is more consistent with American values than to stop them. I might add that people who consistently distort the truth in this way are in no position to lecture anyone about values.
National security requires a delicate balance.
There is never a good time to compromise when the lives and safety of the American people hang in the balance.
I know some have argued that brutal methods like waterboarding were necessary to keep us safe.
You've heard endlessly about waterboarding. It happened to 3 terrorists. One of them was Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the mastermind of 9/11. He said he would talk as soon as he got to New York City and saw his lawyer.
And we will give detainees greater latitude in selecting their own counsel. Several weeks ago, as part of an ongoing court case, I released memos issued by the previous administration's Office of Legal Counsel.
Now, let him use that same power to show Americans what did not happen, thanks to the good work of our intelligence officials. Over 7 years into the effort, one thing we know is that the enemy has spent most of his time on the defensive, and every attempt to strike inside the United States has failed.
The policies that I propose represent a new direction from the last 8 years.